Good morning, everyone. Beautiful day today. I decided to go to the local cemetery, pay respects to a Marine Corps sergeant who paid the ultimate price for our victory in World War II. It's about a 30-minute drive, and I'll see you at the cemetery. Well, we're here at Sunset Memorial Park here in South Charleston, West Virginia. This is a pretty good-sized cemetery, about 16,000 or so graves in here. But the one man I'm wanting to pay respects to today is a Herbert Thomas Jr. He was a Marine Corps sergeant who was killed during the Bougainville campaign, November 7th, 1943. And I'll go ahead and tell you his story and hopefully find his grave. Well, it's taken me a little bit of time to find Sergeant Thomas's grave. Like I said, I tried the Find a Grave GPS. It just didn't work for me. But we'll go ahead and I'll tell you about him while we walk along. Herbert Thomas Jr. He was born February 8th, 1918 in Columbus, Ohio. In the 20s, his family moved here to South Charleston, and he played football, was really good at football. He actually got a scholarship to go to a college, and at his college, he played ball for a while, and he led his team in scoring. At the outbreak of World War II, he did like so many did back then. He joined the military. He first joined the Army Air Corps. He was in there for a few months, and for whatever reason he didn't like it. So he decided, he goes, I want to be a Marine. He took and enlisted in the Marine Corps. And 43, he found himself in the South Pacific, and I believe it was the Solomon Islands, November 7th, 1943. It was the Battle of Bougainville. Dense jungle, probably the worst place on the planet to fight a war. He had to worry about, snakes, and, just diseases from mosquitoes and whatnot. Japanese hiding in the trees, the snipers. And then it's so hot. You can't sleep. If you do sleep, you sleep maybe a half hour at a time. And November 7th, his squad, they started out through the dense jungle. They had success early on in the day. They took it out two Japanese machine gun emplacements. Later in the day, they come across a third, and this one here was a little bit more rough. So Sergeant Thomas, he positions these men, and he said, well, look, we're going to I'm going to lob this grenade, and when it goes off, you guys charge, we'll take out the position. So, he read these men. Japanese, they're hidden in the overgrowth, they're waiting. He throws the grenade, and of all the luck, the grenade hits the vines, bounces back, lands right near Sergeant Thomas and his men. Now, Sergeant Thomas had about 1.5 seconds to make a decision and make his peace. He threw himself on the grenade, took the blast, killed him instantly, but he saved his men. They went on to take the Japanese position, wiping out all the enemy. And of course, after that, they buried Thomas in the cemetery there. And in 1948, I believe it was June, he his body was brought back here to Sunset Memorial Park in South Charleston, where he was laid to rest. He got a Congressional Medal of Honor for what he did. He took and got the Navy Cross, Purple Heart. They actually named the local hospital here in his honor. And then I think it was in 45, the U.S. Navy named a ship after him. And here's his grave. Sadly, it took 70 years, the way I understood it, to get his Medal of Honor stone put in. I'm going to dust this off a little bit. He was with the 3rd Marines Division. Here's this. Sergeant Herbert Joseph Thomas, United States Marine Corps, born in Columbus, Ohio, February 8, 1918. Posthumously awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor for extraordinary heroism against the enemy Japanese forces at Bougainville Island, Solomon Islands, November 7, 1943. He gallantly gave his life for his country. Let's see if I can get that in the ground. All right. That's nice. Yeah. I believe his namesake ship, I believe the Navy decommissioned it, I think it was 1970, and it ended up, I believe, in the Taiwan Navy in 74, and they actually used the ship up until 1999, when they sunk it offshore for a artificial reef. Beautiful ship. Sadly, I would have rather seen it set up here as a memorial, but you know, it is what it is. You know, I know things are bad nowadays. Just political stuff and wars and this and that, and every generation has its trials and tribulations. But as bad as it is, if it wasn't for men like Sergeant Thomas, I think, you know, had we not won that war, it'd have been a hell of a lot worse. But thank you all for watching this video. I truly appreciate it, and take care.